everyone, this is Ash, otherwise known as Jank Cosplay, and here's my review for San Japan 2016. On Friday, I cosplayed as Mad Moxie, while my best friend was Kari from Digimon Season 1. We walked around, we kind of got a feel for everything that was in the convention. We got there as soon as it opened, so we really did get to take our time and look at all of the wonderful art that the Artist Alley had to offer and all of the products that the dealer's room had to offer. It was huge compared to the past few years, which is really incredible. And there were just tons of things to see. But we did cover it all in the span of a few hours, so we left fairly early that day. On Saturday, I cosplayed as Timothy Lawrence, or the Jack Doppelganger, from Borderlands the Pre-Sequel. I ran the photo shoot for Borderlands that day, and only about 3 cosplayers showed up. But that was fine because they were all really good and they were all really nice people and we had a wonderful time. So, if you want to try to come along to our Borderlands photo shoot next year, please feel free to do so because honestly, the more the merrier. I got a lot of fantastic pictures of everyone that day, but the photo shoot was at 2 and that's when the sun was pretty much the strongest. So I kind of really stank really bad after that outdoor photo shoot. So I went home immediately. On Sunday, my best friend and I returned as Guzma and a Team Skull Grunt from Pokemon Sun and Moon. We got so many wonderful compliments on that cosplay. People were pretty much freaking out. I loved it. It was amazing. Again, we didn't stay for very long since it was Sunday and it was pretty well dead. I bought all the prints that I wanted on Saturday, which was Borderlands, surprisingly. Not surprisingly. Pros and cons. The pros were, it was a very nice, big space since they were using the newly remodeled part of the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. They were wonderful artists this year. I could not count how many times I was tempted to just buy half of the art in these stands. It wasn't all just new wave anime, it was comics, it was video games, it was just everything that I loved. And that was amazing. It was a very comfortable environment for me, and I hope for everyone else. There was plenty of space to move around in. There was plenty of seating area, which I feel is very necessary for convention, especially whenever you're wearing heels like I was in Moxie. Those were freaking killer. Now the cons, honestly, I kind of feel like these outweigh the pros, since most of the pros do have to do with the space and the guests. There was a huge lack of cosplays this year. I really don't know what's up with the San Antonio cosplay scene where we just don't get too many cosplayers, and that's honestly reason number 1 why I go to conventions is to cosplay and to see other cosplayers. It was a 3-day convention, but it was held over a 4-day weekend, which I feel is a very huge faux pas on their part. If they're going to hold it over Labor Day, at least give us something to sweeten the deal and give us a Monday as well. Because honestly, A-Fest used to be over Labor Day, but they moved it. And now San Japan's over Labor Day, and it's like, where's my Monday at? I'm just gonna be here at home recording videos for YouTube. Another huge factor was the stench. There was an awful lingering smell. I don't know if attendees just don't know how to bathe, or how to put on deodorant, or how to use body spray, but it was worse than a lot of conventions I've been to, and I've been to a lot of conventions. And the heat. The heat really didn't help with the smell thing, because the cold kind of dissipates smell a little bit, but the heat spreads it, if that makes sense. And the heat was really spreading the smell this year. It was terrible. So if I have just one recommendation for San Japan, I know that this convention used to be in July and now we moved it back to September. Go later. We need more winter conventions because winters in Texas are wonderful. They're amazing. They're beautiful. They're not too cold, and they're certainly not sweltering ass hot. Oh my god. I cannot stress this enough. We need more fall and winter conventions, which is why I'm really excited for Alamo City Comic Con at late October when it's nice and crisp and there's just enough spooky in the air to make everything feel magical. And now for controversy. The biggest controversy, as you may have seen if you follow our San Japan groups, is that our good friend, the Old Spice guy of Texas, Chris Bonnet, got banned from San Japan permanently for his Old Spice cosplay, supposedly for breaking the rules. However, he had a shirt that he would put on between photos, so he really wasn't actually breaking the rules since that is in their rules, to put a shirt on between photos, which he did. There were several other men who walked around bare-chested, who did not get kicked out, they didn't get banned, they were just allowed to roam freely. San Japan didn't do anything about the people who were being rowdy, about the people who were disturbing or harassing other con-goers, and I feel like it is just a really bad move on their part to ban Chris because he's an awesome guy. He does an awesome Old Spice guy cosplay, and I just really don't understand what was going through their heads whenever they banned him permanently. Like, come on. Another big controversy this year, which is honestly more of a funny one, was that preacher that was outside who was yelling at all of us homosexuals that we were gonna burn in hell. That was amazing. That was actually really funny, because as soon as we were leaving on Sunday, that's the first time I saw him. And look, guys, I don't dab because I think it's funny. I dab because I think it's stupid as hell. So just watch this next video to see a really nice solution to those kind of a people. A few hours later, that crazy preacher guy got arrested, presumably for disturbing the peace, which I think is really hilarious. Yeah, well, overview. Altogether, San Japan was not that great of a convention, but I still had a really great time. So I guess I'll rate it about a 6.5 out of 10. Do better next year, guys. I loved the artists. I loved the space. I loved some of the people. Didn't love the con so much. I think I'm gonna skip San Japan and go to Dragon Con next year. Because you know what? That's actually worth it. They actually have cosplays, and they're actually 4 days. So rest in pepperoni, San Japan. Anyways, this is Ash McCurry, Jank Cosplay, signing off. Make sure you check out my Patreon, my Facebook page, my Instagram, my Twitter. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.